Hi everybody, and welcome back to my soap fall winter 2012 fragrance testing experience. Alright, so what I have already done, if you've missed the first video, is I went ahead and ladled out some of my soap base. Inside is olive oil, coconut oil, and castor oil, which is my go-to easy peasy recipe, and I've got it at a fairly light trace. I went ahead and ladled some out into all of my cups, and I've numbered them all so I know which fragrance is which. And in this video I'm going to be using the first 5 out of 10 fragrances. If you're looking for the last half of the fragrances, you'll want to see my third video in this series. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to test each one separately. I'm going to mix them in this cup. And then I have also got some fall and winter molds to use. These are my little silicone molds, and these are cute little snowmen that I thought I'd use. And then where I pour in, I've actually numbered them so I know which ones are which. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first 5 out of 10 fragrances. This one is fragrance number 1. And I smell a lot of musk with this one, and it's very cologne-y. It almost smells like a cologne or perfume that you would buy in a store. I do smell a lot of floral with this, and maybe just a little hint of a nut, maybe a walnut. So I'm just going to use about a capful. I'm not measuring perfectly exactly how much I'm using. I'm just going to use a capful for 3 ounces. And then I'm just going to give this a quick little mix, and I want to see what happens. Wonder if you guys can see this. I'm getting a little bit of swirling with the soap. The fragrance is really good and strong with it though. So far I don't see any ricing or any acceleration with the soap, which is good. Alright, this looks like a good clear fragrance. It's not gonna be troublesome at all. Alright, so this is number 1. And again, this is kind of a cologne-y, perfumey nut smell with a little bit of floral in it. So I'm just going to pop this number 1 fragrance into our number 1 mold. Alright, awesome. And I'm also looking to see if any of these are going to go brown. If the soap turns brown inside of a mold or a few days after it's been molded, that usually means that it has some vanilla in it. So that might be something that someone may be interested in. Alright, so we're up to number 2. This is our number 2 fragrance, and let's give it a quick whiff. This one is very nice. It's very fruity. I smell lots of fruit with it. Maybe a little bit of pear. And some more herb with this. I smell a little bit more herb with this. Maybe some cinnamon. So we're going to do another capful of fragrance number 2. Let's give it a quick stir, see if we can see anything going on with it. Ooh, it's went considerably lighter. I wonder if you can see that on the video. It is extremely light in here. The fragrance still smells really good and strong, which is great. I don't see any ricing or acceleration. And a lot of those pear notes are really coming out in the soap base. So this is very pear, which is delicious. I love pear. Alright, well this looks like a good fragrance. I don't see any. It might be accelerating just a tad, but it's not ricing, which your soap will start to look like rice pudding, which is really common with florals. So this looks really good. It is a lot lighter. I wonder if you can see on the video how much lighter this is than the other one. That's really interesting. So that is fragrance number 2, our pear scent. I'm just going to pop this in the mold. Alright. Now on to fragrance number 3. We're on to number 3. Now this one is very citrus. And it's like a darker, like a deeper citrus. More orange. Maybe blood orange. Yeah, definitely some oranges in there. We're just going to get this good and mixed in, see what happens with it. Now this is the first time that I'm actually trying all these out, so I'm very interested to see if I have any little, you know, oops moments with all of this soap. Still smelling that orange, and that's a very, very strong orange. No problems, no problems. That's awesome. I mean, so far so good. I'm 3 for 3 with no ricing or anything like that. Alright, we're good to go. That is fragrance number 3. That was our orange smell. And it was a very, very deep orange. Not just a light fruity orange, but a deeper orange. So now we're on to number 4. And if I remember correctly, this is the one that I really liked. Oh yeah, this one is awesome. I can definitely smell some coconut in it, and it almost smells like a candy smell. I don't know if you remember the old S.O.A.P, the old candy from back in the day. It was a sucker with red and green and yellow. They were one of my favorite candies, and my sister said that when she smelled this for the first time, that's what she thought of, was those old S.O.A.Ps. And the first time I smelled it, I thought it smelled like bubble gum. So there's definitely loads of coconut in this. This is just a fantastic coconut smell. It's a very creamy smell. I really, really like this. And it did that same thing where it is lighter than before. Now look, this is the before and the after. I wonder if you can see on the video the differences in the shades. That's very interesting. I don't think I've ever had fragrances do that to me, especially not 2 in a row. That's pretty wild. So this is our coconut, our fruity candy coconut smell, which is definitely in my top. Number 4 is definitely in my top fragrances. Alright, so I'm just going to pop this into my snowman mold, and I'm going to have 1 fragrance left in this video. Remember, I have 10 total, so if you want to catch the other 5 after this last one, you'll have to find my other video. Alright, and last but not least, we've got number 5, fragrance number 5. Now this is a lot more mild than the others. I really have to take a deep, deep breath to smell this fragrance. But it's very Christmas. I really think Christmas when I smell this. It's very, very deep. It's very woodsy. There's definitely a little bit of floral in there, maybe a little bit of lily. But I really like this. This is definitely a Christmas scent. We're going to pop in our capful of number 5. I'm going to call this my lily fragrance. That's what I think of when I smell this, Christmas and lilies. We're just going to mix this on in and see what happens. Oh, I can smell it from back here, those lilies. It's definitely a lot nicer in the soap. I really had to take a deep, deep breath in the bottle to get it, but in the soap itself, it's much nicer, much stronger. Alright, looks like no problems here. So those are my first 5 fragrance oils of 10 that I'm testing for brambleberry.com. Ooh, it looked like it might be this last one, number 5. I wonder if you can see it. Let me move the camera camera down. This last one, number 5, is accelerating in the mold. So it is ricing, it is accelerating in the mold. So number 5, a little bit of acceleration, a little bit of ricing. Alright, so awesome. So those are my first 5 fragrances. And make sure you check out my second video for numbers 6 through 10.